These are some interesting...
Rug and Esper are the... Rug and Esper. I will take...
switch them so we can line them up with the players. All right, we're actually underway. In this case, they are splashes.
Oh, they're splashes. My Gruul deck has N blue card. What blue card does he have?
Right now, one of my favorite cards in the format, Bane Alley Broker on the battlefield.
Oh, interesting. Ken Burrell's splashing for Master Biomancer, it looks like, in his Gruul deck. I actually did this earlier this week. It's a tough splash in my experience because you don't have that much blue. He has 2 islands, and that looks like it. Prophetic Prism. But you need the Biomancer to come out before you have the other guys come out.
Right.
So it's kind of that's like the weirdest splash that you can have, I think. It feels like it should be really good, but in practice, it's a challenge.
I think it's still good. It's a challenge, but it's still good. Maybe it's not.
I mean, Master Biomancer is awesome.
Yeah.
And Gruul is awesome. So. Oh, he's also got a.
That's a Ruination Worm on the battlefield right now with a Warmind Infantry.
I was going to say the Cynic Keyrune's an additional access point. For
yeah, okay.
So he's got some medium biggies.
Brian Wade.
Full-on biggies.
Yeah.
Dimir.
He just that fresh Ruination Worm, as you can see, he's tapped out. But on Brian Wade's side of the board, he has Sage's Road Denizen, Bane Alley Broker, and Leyline Phantom. All back to potentially defend. Brian Wade up a game here versus Ken Burrell.
So you must like that. You like
passes
Esper.
the turn. With that, I do like Esper. I am. It's like it's what happens when Azorius takes the black.
Yeah. So Bane Alley Broker. It's a pretty powerful ability.
It's like a you don't call it really a super looter because it's still just kind of a regular looter, but it has like a little bit of an extra kick to it, a little extra spice. Ruination Worm in the red zone for Ken Burrell. That's a biggie. 7/6, just vanilla, but 7/6 is enough.
Yeah.
Brian looks like he's considering a double block with his Sage's
Brian's got to
Road
look at his
Denizen.
hand and see what he's got, right? Like. This is a prime situation where if you don't have
there he is
something awesome, you could just, lose a lot of material to a Blood Rush. Or, just the Ruination one being huge.
Yeah,
nope,
and there we have a
Scab
Clan Charger coming down to give +2/+4. So that is a 9/10 Ruination Worm.
Bane Alley Broker, I think maybe you might time to think about
you might want to look to see if there's something on top of the deck that you might be able to make use of. But we'll see. We have a Devour Flesh. I think that's just gonna take care of the infantry
or something.
Yeah, the Keyrune of the infantry. Yeah, I'm not sure.
That was
he's like maybe he'll make a mistake. Like, oh, you're piling up Devour Flesh. Gotcha. Oh man.
What are you thinking here? Like, maybe Burrell was willing to just,
gain a ton of life. Like, was that? You sure you want that Ruination Worm?
I'm not 100% sure what Wade was thinking with the.
Oh, he wanted to use the Bane Alley Broker's second ability to get back something he previously exiled. So that was what
I was thinking.
I'm just saying earlier.
With the block.
I don't know that.
He's at 20 life. I think you got to just kind of suck it up a little bit, maybe.
Well, Bane Alley Broker retrieves something it had previously discarded. It goes dumpster diving, I guess. Is that what Bane Alley Broker does? It's dumpster diver.
That's a classy chick. Look at her.
And was that a Death's Approach? Takes out the Ruination Worm?
Babushka or something.
Yeah. Hey, I love it. I love the card. It's one of my favorites. But I'm just saying, she's like, I don't want this. Wait a second. That thing I just threw away? I want it.
Slamming with hexproof.
Yeah, Simic Guildmage here.
No.
It's a crab.
Keyrune.
What did I say?
Guildmage.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, Keyrune. It's a crab. It's a
what do we
crab
got here?
Keyrune.
Another Devour Flesh or something? No? That's weird. Old cards instead of looking for new cards?
He must just, he knows what's there. He can.
Yeah, I know.
He knows what he wants. So, looks like maybe he was flooded earlier. Maybe he was just getting rid of lands, and now he's using it to just pick those lands back up now that he doesn't have land drops. Simic Flux Mage for Brian Wade. Interesting card in a Dimir with white deck.
Why? Just because it has the word Simic on it?
Because it has the word Evolve on it. I mean, it's still fine. It's still cool. You can still move counters around. It's not like it only belongs in Simic. It's just you usually see it in, with alongside more Evolve creatures.
It's like a 1/2 Evolve guy for 3 mana. I think it's got some play.
Right. Oh, no, it does. I'm not really disagreeing. So there we have Bane Alley Broker is getting a new card for Brian.
So Bane Alley Broker is an 0/3, right?
Mm-hmm. There it is. Love the artwork on that, too.
Yeah. And Simic Keyrune becomes a 2/3. I'm surprised Bane Alley Broker hasn't thought about defense.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I think it may have blocked that one turn because...
Oh, Brian's still at 20.
Brian's still at 20.
Oh.
I was wondering about that, but we started talking about
what the big giant flyer. Not fun anymore.
Yeah, and making that Flux Mage fly as well. Sapphire Drake, making creatures with a +1/+1 counter on them, gives them flying. So the Flux Mage now takes to the skies and takes a little tiny chunk out of Ken Burrell's life total. Ken with 6 lands. Does he have any fatties that he could draw into? Because
we already saw.
We did see the big guy, the Ruination Worm.
Yeah, that's probably the biggest thing in his deck. He's got Burning Tree Emissary, Boros Reckoner.
And we could just draw into a Reckoner. That would be pretty sweet.
Robohawk's pretty big, right?
Robohawk is pretty big.
Master Biomancer, he's not that big, really. He's got Gorkland Rampager. These guys are all in the pretty big or bigger.
Yeah.
But not really like... He's got Obsidian the Ghost Council in his sideboard. That guy's big.
Yeah.
Not in his deck.
Not going to be sideboarding it in either.
Is that Master Biomancer? Yeah, time to read.
Yeah, okay. Master Biomancer.
This says what?
And it is a 2/4 for 4 that each other creature you control enters the battlefield with a number of additional +1/+1 counters on it equal to Master Biomancer's power, and as a mutant in addition to its other types.
Master Biomancer starts off as a 2/4, so everybody comes in with 2 +1/+1 counters, unless something makes Master Biomancer bigger. Let's say, like, I don't know, you stuck a pike on it or something, and it's like huge in the front end.
I mean, you blood rush him and he lives through the attack, and then you play a dude.
And the guy's
you're getting a monster.
+5/+5 or something.
Brian Wade has a Dimir Charm to swat the Biomancer, and Ken Burrell, I don't think, has a way to save it. So Biomancer goes away.
So Dimir Charm can do all kinds of stuff. It can counter target sorcery spell, so it's kind of like an envelope.
Yep.
Or it can destroy target creature with power 2 or less.
Which we just saw there. Brian Wade swings in with his flyers yet again, Sapphire Drake and the Simic Flux Mage.
Or it can do another thing that no one would ever do.
Big chunk out of Ken Burrell's life total. 4/4 flyer and a 2/4 flyer.
That's
or 2/3 flyer.
I wanted to see the Biomancer kind of go off.
Yeah, we thought it would have been really neat to see. Well, Keyrune activated, coming over, hexproof.
So will we see a block? I think that Brian's far enough ahead right now that he don't bother blocking.
Block if Ken is going to do something to the... Yeah, okay, so he's got a Blood Rush, Slaughterhound. So it didn't look like there was any block there. But again, Brian's at 20, so why it's not that bad.
Right, so he's at 20, just randomly Slaughterhound there? Why would you do that, maybe? Oh, it's a pit fight.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
Made it big enough for a pit fight.
Yeah. So Slaughterhorn pumps the Keyrune and knocks Brian to 15, and then Ken follows it up with a pit fight, causing the targeting the Keyrune and the Sapphire Drake. And yeah, wow. Brian finds a Psychic Strike, which I believe he just found with his Bane Alley Broker, who was previously exiled. Yes. So. Wow, that Bane Alley Broker is doing some work. A little bit. dumpster diving for the
I'm
Psychic
not
Strike.
even sure how much work it's doing. Like, most of those cards are already had access to.
But he had to dig. You know what I mean? Like,
They had to get them back. They were there.
Brian seems to have answers for quite a bit. So I say the Bane Alley Broker is helping him out a bit. In with his flyers yet
Something
again.
big.
And Cryptghast.
Oh.
Black by popular demand.
Have you played with Cryptghast yet?
I haven't, but Conley Woods has.
Yeah? So, Cryptghast, it's not that interesting, right? Just like a guy.
No, it's a Cormus Bell.
Just a
Wait,
man.
no, that's not Cormus. Cormus Bell makes your swamps a 1/1, not add the extra
It's a
mana. What's the one that?
mana flare.
What's the? Yeah, it's a mana flare. Sorry.
So,
you know, I had that conversation already once with somebody, and I think I corrected them about Cormus Bell, and then I just made the mistake.
Cryptghast, mana flare costs 4, right?
Yes.
So it costs the same as mana flare.
And you get a body.
It's extort. Like, it's just like, oh, and we'll just tack extort onto this because the card wasn't substantially more powerful than a card that was format defining in other formats. Because, you know, mana flare abilities have been pretty powerful in something, you know, Heartbeat of Spring, Palancron combo decks.
So we have, looks like the key rune is currently being blocked by the Bane Alley Broker.
I feel like Brian Wade's just got the read on Ken Burrell. Like, he just doesn't block like most of the time. He's like, I think we're going to block on this one.
Sure seems that way. So I think that combat just ended with nothing happening.
Nobody dying. Yeah, he just has the read on him. He's got everything.
Oh, we have another pit fight happening. Cryptghast is now thrown into the pit with the key rune.
That's sad.
Cryptghast goes away.
Psychic Strike would have been sweet there.
Well, he used one. Does he have more than one Psychic Strike?
I'm just saying it would have been sweet. You got the deck list.
I do. I'm looking for Psychic Strike. There it is. Yeah, he just has one.
All right. So.
All right, in with the Flyers again. I think. Oh, wait. He's thinking.
Oh, he's gonna loot first.
Yeah, look at that. All right, what does he get? What does he get? Swamp.
I'll get rid of that swamp, right?
No, he kept the swamp.
Swing with Flyers. What is that? 7?
6. It's a 4/4 and a 2/3.
Oh, only a 2/3. Sure.
He looks like he's got a Dimir charm. He wants to.
Oh,
he wants to chase the Mind Sculptor. He was a Mind Sculptor. That's my favorite.
Well, he's got Ken on 5, right? So just keeping him from being able to win.
He's gonna take a look and give him what the next card's gonna be a mountain. He figures.
Presumption being like Ken didn't have an answer at this point.
Right. Yeah.
Let's just lock the game down. Yeah. Very,
mountain play it, and there it is. Yeah. So Ken Burrell falls to Brian Wade's Dimir deck.
With white?
With white.
They have a name for that.
Yes,
and that name is Dromar.
Is that what the name is?
Remember
the
Dromar?
original Esper?
Dromar.
The Punished? Is it the
Croesus?
Croesus the Purger, I think.
So like the Dromar deck back in the